All right, I wanted to wrap up our division unit just by going through each operation and talk about what methods we should be using to be successful in solving each one. And so, starting with addition, the biggest thing with addition is to make sure that you're lining up the place values so that the ones digits are on top of each other, the tenths, the hundredths. So you'll see here I lined up the decimals so that each place value is lined up. I did include a zero. I'm not changing the value by adding a zero to the end of it. It allows me to line up with the 5 in the hundredths place of the 1.65. And then you can add your way straight down. So you'll see my addition going straight down. I had to carry a 1 to my ones digit because 6 and 4 made a 10. And your decimal drops directly down from where it was. So I have 4.05 for a solution. Next is subtraction. This was a common example in our subtraction problems where we have like a money situation. I have $20 and I paid $8.75. What do I get back in change? So when there's no decimal on your number, make sure you're adding it at the very end of the number. And here I filled in zeros again. And this is that one where there's a lot of borrowing because you had to go all the way to the 2 for your subtraction, and then these became 9, 9, and a 10. So now I can actually subtract 10 minus 5, 9 minus 7, 9 minus 8, and I still have that 1 left. So I would get $11.25. So addition and subtraction get treated pretty much the same, lining up your decimals and working your way down. Your decimal drops directly down from there. Multiplication got a little bit different. We decided that we could think of this not as a decimal, and I could think of 34 times 6. I'll put my decimal back in later to figure out what number would make sense. If I'm doing like 3.5 or 3 times 6, I should get a number close to 18 probably. So we'll figure out where the decimal would go in that. So I did my multiplication. 6 times 4 is 24. The 4 goes down, the 2 goes up. 6 times 3 is 18, and 2 more is 20. So I have 204 if you don't see my decimal I already put in there. And 204 obviously would not be a solution to this problem, the original problem. But I said something close to 18, so putting it one place value in gives me 20.4. You also see there's 1 decimal in the original problem, and so I worked my way back in 1 decimal place. Lastly, we did division, and we set it up a lot with long division. And so your 1.2 is what you're trying to divide into the 6.24. And so I multiplied both values by 10, moving their decimals 1 to the right, and I brought it up top. So I looked at 12 into 62, and 12 goes into 62 5 times, and 12 times 5 was 60, so I can subtract 60 away from my problem. That leaves me with a 2. I brought down the 4, and 12 goes into 24 twice. And remembering that I just brought the decimal directly up from where it was after I multiplied both numbers by 10. In division, once you get down to nothing left over, your solution is up on top.